He's a weird character. Right, let me just, we're just trying to get some audio. Make sure we've got the preferences done.
Hello, gentlemen. Just having a read.
Hi, I can hear me.
We can hear you.
All right. Oh, well done, David. You're obviously a very intelligent man about to get smarter.
Oh,
Put your glasses back on.
I'm just
You
reading.
picked a good book.
Damn good book. Damn good book.
I need to restart then.
You need to get right in the beginning of it. Look at that. Look at that. Look, I see a Courtney. It's good. We got Courtney. We got Rukshan. We got who we got here? Ed Parker. He's not even here. He's walked off. Kirsten looks as though she's been on the WAS for about an hour already. So she's been in there. Hey, Sonny, we're glad you're there. We keep seeing David, and it's kind of like, oh crap, he's back. Oh, hi, David. Good to see you again. All right, so, Courtney, how you doing, boy? You good?
I'm good. How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm good. I got to admit, we never thought anyone would turn up for the first of these, let alone there be a second one. We were kind of a bit surprised, to say the least. But you did. You're obviously dysfunctional with absolutely nothing better to do on a Friday night. So who we got more people coming. Oh, I see a young lady down here. Gina, did I get the name right?
Yes, you did. How are you?
I'm good. Gina was on a call that I had this morning where we were discussing the greatest masterpiece since the Bible, bluefishing, and I actually got her name wrong. So that started off well. Look at them. We've got some people coming in. We'll give it another couple of minutes, and then we're going to the Sazerac. Has anybody here actually had a Sazerac before?
Oh, hell yeah.
Multiple. My favorite drink.
There you go, Spoker. So you can tell me now, this is my secret weapon. Well, it's not secret, but do you cognac your Sazeracs?
I've had it with cognac. I've had it with rye and cognac. I think mixing is cool. I guess it just depends. I mean,
all right, fair enough. I've got to admit, I've always had it with rye. It's like the old-fashioned thing. I like old fashions with bourbon, although some people have old fashions with rye. I like a Sazerac with rye, but I've got to admit, as soon as I was introduced to it French style with the cognac, and plus the fact it's actually giving you twice the amount of alcohol in a drink, which I always think's a damn good idea. So brilliant on there. So we got a few other people coming in here. A couple of newbies here. I'm starting to see. So Brandon's not a newbie. He's been around the block before. I met that boy up in Thailand. Ryan, look at Ryan. Doesn't Ryan look distinguished? In his armchair there, going. Look, he looks like the start of those kind of. Let me tell you a story. One of those shows.
Dude,
I can tell you some stories. I've been drinking for about 3 hours on the East Coast now.
I'm sure you have. And you've been holding back by only making it 3 hours. All right, so what is...
buddy? You and I both.
Oh, that's right. David's in Miami. I was speaking to Benjamin Tepper about your event in Miami later this year, and I know we actually spoke about it last year as well. Last week, a couple of weeks ago. But he's looking forward to it. So we've got Lisa coming in. Look, I don't want to be rude, but it's 4 minutes past 5, and if I don't start drinking soon, I could get irritable. So
What's on your shirt, buddy?
What?
What's on your shirts?
Oh, it's funny you should mention that. So we have this friend of ours called Colin Garrett. This kid is... I think Ryan, he's 20 now, or is he just coming up to 20?
Just coming up to 20, still 19. His
maturity is beyond me, but he's a NASCAR driver, which isn't tough, let's be honest. He's a NASCAR driver, and not only is he young, sharp, drives around in a car very, very fast, But the NASCAR team supports veterans and supports the need for attention to go to anything that is required for the veterans when they come back. Support, work, programs, advice. And it's beautiful to see a young lad respecting veterans in such a fast industry. So we're a great champion for Colin Garrett. We support him. Ryan sent us these shirts, and we wanted to wear them tonight to support Colin and everything he does. So, Ryan, thanks for sending them over. Lisa, thanks for being part of the tribe. And any of you out there, let's give a little clap to our vets. Good on you, boys. Thank you very much for allowing me to sleep easy at night, apart from the alcohol helping the other part of that. All right, I'm going to show you now how to make a drink called a Sazerac. And if this virus carries on, by the end of it, you will know how to make a lot of alcohol, because every 2 weeks, we're going to focus on a new drink, all right? So, all right, first things first, I've got my little, I'm in my studio with him. He's got his Ponzi wine. Don't feel embarrassed if you're drinking Ponzi wine. Well, Dave, we expected nothing less, and very little more either, but feel free to drink whatever you like. So in here already, because I wanted to save a bit of time, is a teaspoon of sugar and a little drop of water in there just to kick the thing off, all right? And then what we've got, God, I haven't made one of these for a little while now, the Pursued bitters, of which we throw 3 of those in. Now, I'm making 2 drinks, so I'm doubling up on everything, all right? So we've got 3 of these. All right? So that's that bit done. And then we got the bitters. Doo-doo. All right, so we want to get a couple of these in. Again, doubling up. So we've got 4 of those. Then we go in. This is where we get into the fun bit. Now, I was asked a while ago, did I drink rye? And these boys over Iowa Legendary, they supported an event that I threw actually at Louis Vuitton's. And they sent me a case of this. And they said, use it at the event. And I said, no. And I'm still drinking it. So I kept it all for myself and sent them the shit stuff. So I do like this Iowa. I'm still drinking it and I love it. So we've got 1 1/4 ounces.
Just put 2.
Yeah, I know exactly. Got to make you look nice. Got to be the most attractive barman you've seen tonight, that's for sure. Right, so we've got the rye in there.
Alcohol math.
Oh yeah, got to do that. Well, we're actually sterilizing from the inside, so I think it's a very valid thing. This is a nice one. I haven't tried this cognac before, but and I can't even pronounce it. Douce. It's French, so it's got one of those little apostrophe things in it. D something USSE, but it looked posh. And we've got to put 1 1/4 in there, so.
That looks like 3 Musketeers friggin' drink.
I know, it does, doesn't it? I'm trying to look all stylish. But as you can see, there's quite a lot of alcohol in here, which, again, it's never a bad thing. And just when you put that in, let's cover that up, all right? So what we do, this is where it gets, you get a glass, okay? Oh, look at you all drinking. I love my alcoholics. You get this, you make sure there's some nice ice in there just to chill it up. But you've left it in there to chill that up. Now, here's a little trick from a serial alcoholist. You've got to put absinthe in your glass, okay? It's like a licorice flavor. You don't have a lot. I actually got a John Vivatus, if you can see it, it's a little John Vivatus aftershave thing, a little portable one. Cleaned it all out and put the absinthe in that. So that when you spray it, smart, eh? So there you go. So that's that. Then we've got a lemon, one of those. I can't believe people tune in for this.
No.
Dude, why did you put so little of this? Like, what do you mean you spray it? Why can't you just like pour it along the edges?
Exactly.
It's actually quite strong. That is,
David,
yeah, it's powerful stuff.
it's
So
powerful.
Roxy, and I think you're cheating.
all right, so we get one of these, a little, yeah, there you go, lovely. Give this a lovely stir around. And then we take that out. It's informative as well, you know. And that is your Sazerac. Ladies and gentlemen of the night, cheers.
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 Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. That is
Okay,
nice.
thanks a lot.
What happened? Right, okay. So as we did last week, look at all these people. We've got Marshall. Marshall's a newbie. Actually, if you're a newbie to this family, stick your hand up. Yeah, we got some newbies in here. God, did you find the wrong place?
Don't let anybody in.
Why the hell you let me in? I don't know what you were thinking.
We didn't know we did. We're going to have to sort that out. Like, we'll edit you out of the Zoom call later. So
Your book didn't tell me nothing about no fishing. I'm just going to let you know.
that I did like that. So Jeremy sent. Where were you when you did that video?
Walmart. I was with Tamara and I told her, hey, turn on the camera. I didn't see any video thing for your stuff. And I was like, I'm going to have some fun with this.
He did a video with like a fishing rod and everything, saying about how we bought the book and it had absolutely nothing to do with fishing, and he wants his money. But it was a beautiful little hick accent and everything. I loved it. It was great. So right, so let's get to the important stuff. Who's going to be the one to tell?
About no fishing, Steve. Why didn't you tell me about that? You helped me sell my worms though all over the internet, and he gave me these newfangled fishing rods here.
You do that too well. Right. So who's going to be the guy? Who's going to be the guy or gal that gives us the first joke of the night?
I thought seeing you was the joke of the night, but all right, we'll go with it.
Oh, he's on fire tonight, isn't he? He's on fire. So who's coming out with it? Who's got the first joke? All right, here we go. Okay, be ready for this. So there's this guy, and he's walking down the street, and he goes into a pub. Walks up to the counter, reaches in his bag, gets out a tin, puts the tin on the counter, reaches back into the bag, pulls out a duck, sticks the duck on the counter, on the tin. He says to the barman, I'm going to make my duck dance, and you're going to give me drinks. And the guy's going to go, what? All of a sudden, the duck starts giving a bit of a jig. Barman's looking at it like crazy. Duck starts going for it. And the guy's like, that's pretty good. All of a sudden, everyone's coming to the bar, ordering drinks, watching the duck start to really get all jazzy and tap dance on this tin. So he's like, all right, you keep drinking, mate, because all the time you're here, people are coming to the bar. Guys drinking away, starting to make friends, people coming up, jumping around, enjoying it. Duck's there, kind of having a right old jig away. So the guy said, look, you got to do me a favor. He said, what's that? He said, well, you're probably going to go home in a minute, and this duck's really good for business. I want to buy the duck off you. He's like, fine, $200. He's like, no problem. There's the $200. He takes the $200, goes off. About half hour later, guy gets a phone call. He says, look, I'm really enjoying it, but how do I stop the duck dancing? He said, what do you mean? He said, well, the duck just keeps on dancing, and we're getting on last orders, and we've got to go home in a minute. And the duck's dancing even faster and faster and faster. How do I make it stop? He said, it's easy. You take the duck off the lid, blow out the candle, and put the duck back. Boom. All right, so I see some of you are kind of like slow starters, but we'll get there. A few more drinks, it'll be all right. All right, so has anyone else got anything to add from the week?
I got a joke, Steve.
Go for it.
Hi, by the way.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm glad to see you come out.
What do you mean? Your pleasure to meet me. Do you know who you're talking to right now?
Sadly, I do, Michael, but carry on.
Go fuck yourself. In the nicest
Thank you.
way.
Bingo. Now we're here.
So a guy walks into the bar. He's carrying an octopus. And he says, this octopus can play any instrument known to man. If he can't play what you put in front of him, I'll give you $50. But if he plays it, you owe me $50. All right. Guy walks up, puts a guitar in front of the octopus. Sure enough, the octopus picks it up, starts playing better than Jimi Hendrix, just ripping on it. Oh, here's your $50. Next guy comes up and he's got a trumpet. He's like, does the octopus even have lips? You know, octopus picks it up, looks at it, starts playing better than Dizzy Gillespie. Just unbelievable. Goes, wow, here's your $50. So then a Scottish guy comes up and he's got a set of bagpipes. And he puts the bagpipes in front of the octopus, and the octopus gets this really confused look on his face. And the Scottish guy goes, oh, I knew he couldn't play me bagpipes. And the octopus goes, play him? I'm going to fuck him as soon as I can figure out how to get the pajamas off.
Okay. All right. That's good.
All right. I like that. I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. How are you getting on your new place in there, by the way, Michael? Because I keep watching. Michael has...
in the garage.
Yeah, Michael has a... do you still do the Solopreneur podcast?
Yeah. Solopreneur Hour, right.
Right. So Michael does a very successful podcast. Occasionally he has brilliant guests on, and then sometimes not. But he's a great...
We're hungry for guests, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And he has, I want to see the house, because as far as I know, let me tell you about Michael. Michael moved up from San Diego. He has a great love and skill with Porsches, and the real beautiful Porsches. And you found a place in, what is it, Manhattan Beach or Huntington Beach?
Long Beach.
Long Beach.
Yeah.
And what is it, a 3-car garage?
Four-car garage. Yeah, you can see my project off in the distance there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 4 cars, and what I've done is I could probably turn this thing on, but I've made it all smart, so it's all Alexa enabled. I've got all kinds of cool lights. This entire wall, which I could show you this way.
He's froze on us a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's like the ultimate man cave. This guy's got couches and a massive great screen for PlayStation and everything.
Place I wanted to go and hang out.
Oh, he's back now. Are you back?
YouTube channel.
Until it's not.
Sort of. All his money on the Porsches, didn't get a good camera.
We saw absolutely.
Yeah, Michael, we lost you a bit there, boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did. But I was telling them good things about you.
I think I'm on the wrong Wi-Fi, actually.
Probably. But basically, so do you have a girlfriend yet? Oh,
there we go.
This Wi-Fi really froze.
I should be good now. I was in the one in the house, but so this is the one in the garage.
We were asking you a very important question. Do you have a girlfriend now?
Which is what? Do I have a... No, I don't. Sadly. I do not.
You say sadly. All right, let me introduce you to the fact that the second you do, you won't have those 4 Porsches.
That's the case. She's not going to be the right girlfriend.
He's in Long Beach now, so he can get a boyfriend.
It just happens. But
hey, dude, then if that were the case, you wouldn't have 10 motorcycles in your garage.
I have a wonderful lady. I do have a wonderful girl, that's for sure. But so what else have we got that's interesting?
I'm using this cup because it says 19 on it. I thought that was amusing.
Why is that amusing?
Because COVID-19.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay. That's what's called a stretch.
Trying to stay on theme.
All right. Okay. So Brandon has told us he's got a pig joke. Brandon, where are you? There with the cap. I see him. Oh, I see the pig in the background as well. Carry on.
Making it easy for you. This is my first time on such a large, debaucherous Zoom call, so this is exciting for me.
Well, fuck, what did you expect?
The best, obviously. Only the best. All right, so here's the joke. This is a joke my father passed down to me, so here we go. So guy's driving by a farm in buttfuck Egypt, who knows where. And he sees a pig, which is why I have a pig in the background, pig with 3 legs. And he's like, oh, that's interesting. I you don't often see a pig with 3 legs. There's a story here, I bet. So I'm going to pull into this farm. He knocks on the door, asks them, you got this pig out back. Why's it got 3 legs? And they say, well, let me tell you about this pig. That's not just any pig. This is the most amazing pig you've ever met. This pig, there was a fire at my house. This pig banged down the doors, dragged me down 3 flights of stairs, saved my life. This is the most amazing pig you've ever seen. He's like, that's a great story. This is an amazing pig, but why does he have 3 legs? He's like, I don't think you understand. Like 3 months later, there was a tornado. The pig went upstairs, threw my kid who was stuck in the house on his back, rode him out the house, saved his life. This pig is an amazing pig. I get it. This amazing pig. And he goes on like this for like 3 more stories. He's like, okay, I can't hear any more stories. Why does this pig have 3 legs? The farmer looks at him kind of dumbfounded and says, well, obviously you don't eat a great pig like that all at once.
All right, I got to admit, where's he gone? Ryan? Oh, Ryan, you've moved slightly. Ryan and Lisa, you got to look at the chat here because they're all giving good call outs to Colin. So,
hey, there he is, bud.
Oh, you're here! God, now I'm embarrassed about saying such nice things about you. If we would have known you to have been there, it wouldn't have been so polite, but we're wearing the shirts.
Yeah, I see that. Awesome shirts. Thanks, guys.
Congratulations, mate. Honestly, thank you very much for doing what you're doing. You race very hard, but the fact that you are a flying 200-mile-an-hour banner for the vets, kudos to you. So well done, pal.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Hey, I've got to ask a question. I don't know if it was you, I don't know if it was Lisa, I don't know if it was Ryan, but who picked the sun spells to do the shirts on? It was you, Ryan?
Yeah.
Why did you
the
pick
posh ones? Or I saw somewhere in a response that you gave to somebody that those are your favorite shirts. That those are the posh T-shirts, right?
All right. So what a lot of you, well, I don't know how many of you may know this or not, but James Bond, a lot of the times he'll wear like an Omega and he'll drive an Aston Martin and he drinks, all these kind of things that everyone knows about James Bond. What a lot of people don't know is that James Bond's polo shirts and T-shirts are actually from a British company called Sunspell. And I was really stunned when I got it because we've got Sunspell T-shirts and polo because we're so similar to James Bond. But when I got the Sunspell T-shirt, I was kind of a bit amazed. So there you go, James Bond T-shirts. Now you know. And they're not actually that expensive. So if any of you need some good polo shirts, and I don't work for Sunspell, but the polo shirts are like 10 times the quality of something that you would spend $400 for, and you're spending anywhere between $80 to $130 on a polo shirt. So they're really, really good. And I don't want to be an opportunist, but at the moment, they're 30% cheaper. So, so I'm out there shopping there are so many freaking bike parts that keep turning up at the moment because I am that horrible kind of vulture that's picking on people's problems. But I'm all right with it. I sleep.
Opportunist. Capitalist.
That's right. The way I look at it, I'm still helping the economy with just less money.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's me. All right, so we've got a newbie, Sunil. Where's Sunil? There he is.
Hey, I'm over here. Hey, how you guys doing?
So you're a newbie to the family. Welcome. You were actually here for the speak. You're a member of the Sims Distillery, so you were here for Ari Meisel's.
Yep.
Is that guy not just like a mind fuck? He's so sharp with how to automate your life. If anyone missed it, just go back into the speakeasy or Sims Distillery and you'll see the video. This isn't a plug, and if you didn't see it, look up any YouTube thing on Ari Meisel.
Yeah,
this
he's amazing.
Guy can automate the crap out of everything, and he's been our personal coach a few times and will be again. So he's a good boy. But you've got a joke for us, so go ahead.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I'm speaking to Ari actually on Monday with an intuition interview on intuition. So it's fantastic.
Good.
So my joke is there's a town on the border of two. It's a Canadian joke on provinces called Alberta and Saskatchewan. So they butt up against, and there's a town right in the middle of the border called Alsace. So there's a guy that goes there, and he goes duck hunting, and so he shoots 3 ducks, and he's on his way back to one of the cities in Alberta, and so our federal police called the RCMP put on the lights, and they follow him, and they stop him, and he wasn't speeding, so he doesn't know what the hell am I getting pulled over for. And so the RCMP cop goes up to him and says, "Excuse me, sir, I noticed that you were duck hunting." And he goes, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, do you have a duck hunting license?" And he says, "Yes, I do." Pulls out the license, and it says, "Well, this is an Alberta license." He goes, "Yeah. But how do you know you shot Alberta ducks?" And he goes, "Oh, what the hell are you talking about? Like, a duck is a bloody duck. Like, what are you talking about?" And I says, No. You have an Alberta duck hunting license. You can only hunt Alberta ducks." And he goes, "Well, how do you tell?" And he says, "Well, I can tell. I'm the expert." So the RCMP guy says, "Okay, where are the ducks?" So the guy opens up his trunk, and he goes to the first duck, goes to the back, and pulls his finger up the ass and smells it. And he goes, "No, that's an Alberta duck. You're fine." Goes to the second duck, same thing, finger up the ass. "Yep, Alberta duck, no problem." Third one, finger. Oh my God, that's a Saskatchewan duck. That is a $3,000 fine, sir." And the guy goes back like, what are you talking about? And he says, "I'm going to need your driver's license and registration." And so he goes to the car, and so the RCMP guy says, "Okay, step out of the car, sir." So what's your name? So my George Papadopoulos. And he says, "Okay, and where are you from?" And he says, "You're so friggin' smart. Why don't you find out where I'm from?" He gets up and pulls his pants down.
George Papadopoulos, isn't that the dad from Webster?
That I don't know, and I haven't stuck my finger around to see.
So I got all right. So I got one for you. It's I got this 2 days ago, and I don't know which one of you misfits sent it to me, but I'll try and get it right. So there's this weary traveler, and he's traveling through the hills of somewhere. And he goes up to this house, and he knocks on the door, and he says, "This is farmer." He says, "Excuse me, I am a weary traveler. May I sleep in your barn tonight?" He said, "I am just traveling through. May I please sleep here?" And the guy says, "No, you may not. You need to come into my house. You need me to feed you. You need me to allow you to bathe. You need to have a good night's sleep. I am a Catholic, and this is what we do. And then you may go on your way. This is what we need to do for the people in our world." And he says, "Are you sure? I will work for you. I will look." He said, No. You don't work for me. You just stay here." And he said, "Okay, great." So he goes into the house, washes, eats, has a great night's sleep, wakes up in the morning, comes down to the table. The whole farm's kicking off and everything. And he said, "I must work for you." And he said, No. You don't work for me. He said, "You are here. I am a Catholic." He said, "You do this, you eat, you drink, you look after yourself, you go on your way. That is what we do." So he's like, "Well, that's fantastic, but I have to do something for you." He said, "I know what it is. I can go and look after your animals." He said, "No, my animals are fine." He said, "They're fine for you, but I can talk to the animals." He's like, "What?" He said, "I can talk to the animals." He said, "I will go and I will interview your animals for you." And he's like, he said, "Please, let me do it." So he finishes off his food, puts his jacket on, his boots, trudges out, starts walking around the farm. Comes back in, he said, I have it. He said, "Okay." He said, "I was down," he said, "and I was down with the cows." He said, "And I was talking to the cows," he said, "and you've got the pumps to go on the udders for the milk, and it's set at the setting of 38. You used to have it at 28. He said, "And the 38 vibrates their udders, and it actually is causing them a bit of pain." The guy's like, "You're right. I turned out to 38. I'll turn it back down to 28. He said, "That will make the cows happy." He said, "And I was over with the horses, and you've got a new V-shaped bit, and it's pulling at the side of their mouth. And the old bits, they were U-shaped, and they didn't hurt the jaw." He said, "And it's kind of hurting them now." And he's like, "That's right. I bought some new bits, and they're V-shaped, and it's hurting. No, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to get back to the U-shape." He said, "That's great. That's brilliant. The horses will be happy." He said, And then I was talking to the sheep, and he was like, fuck them, they're liars. Don't listen to them.
Oh, my God.
All right, so...
Was he Scottish?
One for you, Steve.
All right, so go for it.
This is one that Jay Leno told Jerry Seinfeld on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, and I thought it was good. A couple of guys are walking in the farmland, and they see this huge well. And the guy goes, I wonder how deep that well is. So they yell down. They can't really tell. And the one dude goes, oh, there's an anvil over there. So he picks up the anvil, and he throws it. And they wait and wait and wait and wait. It goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And like 3 seconds later, this goat comes flying like 100 miles an hour, just running, and dives down into the well after the anvil. And so a few minutes later, a farmer comes along and goes, I can't find my goat. And they're like, really? Well, that's really weird. There was a goat that just came running around here 100 miles an hour. He's like, that's impossible. I had him tied to an anvil. Thank you.
I like the delivery. That is good. All right, we got another. Amy, where's Amy? There's loads of people on us. Amy, there you are. I can see you now. Right, so Amy, unmute yourself and let's hear it.
All right, so
and first off, welcome.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so there's a guy who was from Texas, and he owned a company that did rock minerals, and he won, and he made millions of dollars. And some of the minerals that they harvest, he ended up.
Stop, Odin.
Hold on, sorry, my grandson's here.
Stop.
Who's beating the child?
I'm calling CPS, damn it.
To colleges and talking to engineers and different people. I'm going to go inside.
It's stepping on the joke.
There's speakers over here. Well, okay.
All right, Amy, go from the beginning again. Let's kick it in. We had some abusive heckler in the back. Amy, unmute and go again. We've lost Amy. All right, so there's a strange woman called Galaxy S8. So she refuses to use her real name, but she's fine with using her picture. So let's get you on the next one. And then so do you go by any other name other than Galaxy, or are you a stripper in Texas?
I'm so sorry. It's Mel in LA. I went to jail with you last year.
Oh, yeah, we don't like to talk about that, but thank you for sharing that moment. All right.
Oh, my goodness. Sorry about the name. It's Mel. I didn't realize.
All right, Amy, we're going to come back to you, but you were interrupted. So Galaxy S8, talk to us.
I have a software joke. So the software support called and said, we're sorry, ma'am, we found a problem on your computer. You're going to need to uninstall and restall version 2020. You have a virus.
All right. Thank you for the effort. We appreciate it.
My friend told me that the delivery was better from him, but I thought it was funny.
Okay. Well, after a couple more of these, maybe it will. So we'll come back to that one maybe another month. All right. Amy, let's hear this brilliant one.
Okay. So he's at a college campuses, and he's doing this speech over and over again, all across the U.S. All the different colleges have asked him to talk about how he mines minerals and stuff like that. And so he is going to the next speech that he's given, and his limo driver goes, you know, there is no difference between you and me. I could give your speech. I know it forwards and backwards. You could totally give this speech. And so the guy goes, okay. So before they get to the next university, they stop at a gas station. They trade clothes, and the owner drives the limousine, and the limousine driver gets to pretend like he's the guy who owns the company. So he goes in and he gives the whole speech, but he did it just a little faster than the actual guy normally does. And so it opened it up for a question and answer period. So the somebody from the university asked this question, well, when you drill down, how does does this happen? And he goes, oh my God, is this not a doctorate program? How can you not know that? He goes, that's the dumbest question ever. Even my limo's driver can answer it.
I like that. That was good. That was good. All right. So, no, I like that. That was worth waiting for, Amy. I'm not so sure about Galaxy S8, but we liked yours. But all right, let's not pick up Mel. So, all right. So, have we got anyone else who wants to throw anything in?
I do.
We got some lovely faces. Who said that? Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, oh, I didn't recognize you with your hair up. How you doing, girl?
I'm good. Thank you.
The trouble is, from our side, we've got loads of little screens. So I should have worn my glasses. Can you see everyone?
A little bit.
It's really hard. So I'm having to go in like this. But all right, so I recognize you now. So carry on.
Okay, so a Greek and an Italian are arguing over who has like the better civilization. So the Greek starts off and he says, yeah, but we had this massive empire and we created mathematics, and the Italian says, well, we had the Roman Empire, we conquered most of the world. And the Greek goes, yes, but we built the Pantheon and the Acropolis. And and the Italian says, well, yeah, but we built the Colosseum and all the aqueducts and everything else. So the Greek goes, yeah, but we discovered sex. And the Italian goes, yeah, but we introduced it to women.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, we're getting a round of applause on that one. Most of the time from the ladies, I've noticed. Well, the ladies and Sunil. But so we're doing. Let me ask you a question before we end up getting into like the last 20 minutes of this depravity. You guys all turn up, and we didn't expect to do. The first one was just off the cuff, as you know. We have a business plan model that if it can't fit on a stamp, we don't implement it. So we don't overthink anything. But do you want these to be done every second week during this period or every week?
Every week.
Weekly?
Every week.
All right.
Yeah.
Steve, I'll be the oddball and say every other week. It's because sometimes you just get a little stale. And I say that.
Well, we're gonna. He's gonna do
it. Minority every other week, but hey, I'll be here every week if I can.
How about every week with Henry and every other week with you?
That's what I meant to say.
That's perfect.
I'll say aye.
All right, okay. All right. So here's the thing. So we will set it. But he drinks wine. You haven't even got any wine left.
Yeah, well, I finished it. I can teach you how to uncork a bottle. That's about it.
All right. So we're going to do these weekly. And we'll see how it goes. But next week, apparently, you're hosting it.
There you go.
How so?
They've called.
Great.
All right. So
Thanks
there
for
you
that
go.
one.
All right. So all right. So we're doing weekly. I'll set it up in the calendar. I'll send out invites. Hey, Laura, I see you joining up. Better late than never. But I'll set it up. We'll do it weekly, and we'll run through different recipes and different things. So
Still have to teach us to drink every week, so get on it.
well, I will try. I don't drink a lot, but I will try. So all right. So Brendan wants daily. I think Brendan's got a drinking problem, but there you go. So it's good for that. So here's a weird thing. I'm wondering how many people after the coronavirus are going to get divorced, and in 13 years' time, how much?
I just got served today.
Huh?
I just got served today.
Oh, back at you.
What, you got served? What, divorce?
Yep.
But you're not staying with her at the moment.
No.
So she's
left.
now.
served
Why
me.
do I find that funny?
All right.
Oh boy. Well, I got nothing. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Commiserations. I don't know what to say.
It's actually a good thing.
Hey,
It's actually a
Steve,
good
what do you call a boomerang that doesn't work?
A stick. Well, look, Ruction, we're your family, and we're not going to divorce you. David may, and maybe Courtney, but we won't divorce you. We got bigger staying power than that.
Damn right.
Thank you.
All right, so
this is my new family.
It's your new family. So what did you do wrong to get divorced?
Oh,
it's not me. It's not me. I can tell you that much. It's all her. It's all her.
I'm with that. I'm with that. When I get divorced, it's all her. It's nothing to do with me. It's all her. So
I've done a lot of reflection, and I could tell you 100% it is not me.
All right. Okay. Well, we're buying to that. We've been drinking. We don't care. So good on you, mate. All right.
Should give you a motorcycle to make you feel better, buddy.
Holy.
So I'm also wondering how many conceptions we've had in the past few weeks when people have got bored of Netflix and thought, sod it, we get back to the sex.
Are we still talking about goats?
Sheep.
Sheep, Jeremy.
Sheep.
I think I might have two.
Now we know what Jeremy's problem
Oh,
is.
Brendan reckon. Brendan, you reckon you got
I'm on this
something?
show. Obviously, I got some severe mental issues going on here. There's no doubt.
Yes.
There are people with problems here, obviously.
Courtney, I gave you good advice today, huh?
Sorry, say again, Kristen?
I gave Courtney good advice today. I said, man, we got to start calling all the divorce lawyers all over town and getting referral fees because people are either going to be divorced, having babies, and they're all going to be moving to different homes because if this happens again, they want to be in a home that they really, really love.
Yeah.
Right.
The good news is you won't have the milkman's baby, though. So you know it's not the postman or the milkman. It's someone you're living with the social distancing.
This is true.
I have asked that question for 23 years.
Yeah. And any advice you can give Courtney is just good advice for Courtney.
That's fucking racism. Shut up.
Oh my God.
Oh, you pulled that card. That's too early. At least we didn't call you gay. All right, so
some young entrepreneurs want to say hi if you don't mind real quick.
well, it's an explicit podcast, but oh my God. Hey, how are you, young people?
Say hi, Steve.
Wait a minute. Wait. Brandon's got kids. Someone voluntarily sleeps with you, Brandon?
No, actually, I move house to house every week. You keep selling my house for me.
That rented. He's renting children to look mature. Hi. We got a lot of, Kristen, you got one of, there's a lot of kids. I didn't know this was a family appropriate stream.
It's not.
Well, when they're home with you 24 hours a day, you have to take a little break and say, okay, I'm on my business meeting.
Yeah. It's a tough time. It's a tough time for anyone, respectfully, with young kids at this moment. You know, we can go on motorcycle rides or get out of the house or something like that. But for those people that are stuck in the house with kids, that's why we drink more. So congratulations on that.
Hey, Steve, Cole Hatter right now is doing a course for kids. I'd entrust my kids to you and what you could teach them, and nothing against Cole, but like I think you need to come up with a kids class first.
A kids class, what? On how to make a kid Sazerac.
Exactly. Put them to bed.
I think I could have some things that could help our youth. I think I could be inspirational in our young kids to save them out those middle years. Just me saying, but get them involved in motorcycling and stuff like me and Courtney. We could start doing, and you and a bunch of other. In fact, who here? Right, we got quite a few bikers here, actually, haven't we? How many of you guys ride?
Me.
Tam, who said me?
Tamara.
Tam, I saw your hand up, but I didn't hear the me. There's quite a few out there to ride. You know, good for you. Good.
Count a slingshot as a motorcycle?
A slingshot is not a motorcycle, you gay knob. It's just
Nice
fucking
try,
not,
Jeremy.
you know? It just has to be said.
It's gay knob.
Really
I've
green.
coordinated rides, but I've never ridden.
Oh, well, you got time. You got time.
Sure.
All right, so what have we got anyone else who wants to throw in a really pitiful joke? All right, here we Mel, for a start. Thank you very much for changing your name, because Galaxy, as I say, just reminded me of the wrong club in Texas. You know, do you have another joke for us that's funnier than the last one? Put you on the spot.
I don't. I'm sorry. I won't. I need a couple more drinks for that.
So here's the thing. Next week when we come back,
I need a
Mel's
joke.
going to be the first one that tells us a joke.
Deal.
Are we all good with that?
Can I make a
Absolutely.
suggestion?
Courtney.
Please.
Okay, so next week, if we start at 5 o'clock, you fools need to start drinking at 3, okay? 3
Oh,
o'clock.
okay.
Then
I
you
can
call
do
in
that.
at 5, and this will get interesting. Just saying.
That's
I'll be asleep, but it'll be fun.
Deal.
Hey, Courtney, are you married?
I'm engaged.
Oh, congrats. How long have you been engaged?
Why you gonna bring that shit up? Like 3.5 years.
How long?
3.5 years.
So when I got engaged to Claire, the first thing Claire said, Claire's my wife, she's 5.5 foot of terrifying. And the first thing she said to me after yes was, "This won't be a long engagement." And I was like, absolutely not. 7 years it took.
Attaboy. Okay. Listen, you don't want to pull that Band-Aid off too fast. You got to let that shit hurt a little bit, right?
You've got to know if you made the right decision. I've told her a few times I'm still on the fence, but you know.
Look at Kristen. Look at her face.
I know.
First of all, how about Courtney? How long were you together before you asked her to marry you?
I hate you right now. Like 7 years, 8 years.
All right, yeah, no, this is hurting.
That's longer than my marriage.
Hey, listen.
Only because I love you, bud.
I hear you. Nothing wrong with that.
That's some tough shit. It's okay. So we got to, I'm looking around the crowd here. It's really cool. You know, I'm really proud of the fact that people are trying to find different ways to be able to do something. Amy's moving very violently to try and keep her child asleep. So, congratulations on doing that. You know, and kudos for having a little Babs. Oh, that's cute, but I'm not having one. That's very cute in these times to actually have a baby. I did an interview on Poland, not on Poland, but for a magazine, something from Poland the other day. This guy started interviewing me. I thought someone was basically gang raping a sheep in the other room. And I could hear this screaming, and he had to kill the conversation because he was trying to do it from his apartment. And he had a 2-bedroom apartment in Warsaw, and he had 2 young kids in the other room that were not holding it together. So for all the mothers out there and the parents out there that have got young kids during this time, cheers to you. Good luck to you. Stay strong. You'll be all right. I'm just very thankful it's not me.
Yeah, no shit.
I just chained mine down in the basement.
Yeah, Lord, but that's the British way, isn't it?
That is the British way.
It did okay for him, you know?
Yeah.
I say bring back capital punishment and basements.
Right. I've come up with a million different ways to threaten their life, like throughout the day.
All right, Laura, give us your two top mummy threats.
2 top mummy threats. Right. One is I'll send you to your granny, like, because granny's fucking crazy and they know it, and they're like, not granny. And then the other one is, see, I'm pretty tough though. I will literally frog march them outside and stand them on the doorstep. And they'll just stand on the doorstep and I'll be like, are you going to behave? And they're like, and I'm like, only good children are allowed in this house. And they do this little dance on the doorstep for about 10 minutes. And I'm like, come on, back in. Generally works.
That's pretty good. I'm wondering if now, because of coronavirus, we should threaten that they have to go out and hug someone.
Right.
Yeah, if you don't clean your room, I'm going to send you out to hug a neighbor.
I got one on cleaning rooms.
Oh, do it.
When my kids were young, we were living in Ohio, and they wouldn't clean their room. And the bus stopped right in front of our house in Orient, Ohio. And I told them, I said, clean this goddamn room. So they didn't listen. So my boys were in karate, and my daughter was a little bit younger. So when they came home, there was 3 fucking piles of clothes out front. And on top of each of the boys was their jock strap, and on top of T's was her underwear. I win the fucking war.
Well, I've heard the people in Ohio are vicious, so that doesn't surprise me. Well, they got nothing else to do. There's only, what, potatoes? That's about it.
No, that's Idaho.
That's Idaho.
Hey, I got asked, and there's a few people asked on here that I know are coming to our speakeasy in Nashville. Just to give a PSA, people are asking me, is it still going on? As of now, that's a few days over 3 months away. So as of now, yes, it's still going on. So, you know, we're not worried about this. But just quick PSA on that. So as we get into our last 10 minutes, and I'm seeing Sunny there cozying up to David, going, David, it's time. She's got that.
She has a parenting threat.
Parenting threat.
Oh, do you know? I laugh at the way your parenting threat looks like a come on to David. They're very similar. So carry on then.
Later on tonight.
Carry on then. What is it?
Okay, so first one is just the typical one. I brought you into this world and I can take you out.
Boom. Mic drop. Like that.
Another one that looks just like you.
And then, they flipped the switch on me when I was like, get rid of this damn couch. That was completely disgusting and it had to go. We went out to dinner on a date night. What we saw posted on Instagram was a bonfire in our backyard. It was the couch.
Nice.
Whoa. Whoa. That's severe, isn't it? Yeah.
No one was harmed. Anyway.
Wow. Yeah, that's something. All right. So what else have we got to finish up on? We're going to do these for an hour. Apparently, I've just been Sunny is still keen, so this can't go on for longer than 9 minutes. Oh, the lights have gone off already. So what have we got? What have we got? Anyone want to throw something in for the last 9?
Yeah, I've got one, Steve. If Mel will co-sign on this, since maybe she might be looking for a little bit of a reprieve. If that's cool, Mel, give me a thumbs up.
Sure.
All right.
Mel needs all the help she can get at the moment, so please help Mel. Hashtag help Mel.
Mel, you know, my wife's named Melanie. I call her Mel, so I felt extra bad. You know, maybe that Steve was giving you a little bit too much shit. So here we go, all right? We've got an oldie but a goodie here. And it's a short one, pun intended, okay? What's the difference between a G-spot and a golf ball? A guy will actually search for a golf ball.
That is good. So, were any of you privileged to receive a text from me today regarding the coronavirus outbreak?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he says. Yeah, it was really interesting. Thanks for that, Steve. All right.
Evil bastard.
Yeah. So, I'm going to play a message, and as we go into next week and we go into the weekend, and I don't mean to specifically aim this at David Jensen, but I think it's very specific to David. I'll play the PSA I got today. Hang on. Bollocks, I got to find out how do I put that on? I can't get that. Hang on a second. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Now? Can you hear?
Yes.
Yeah, start it over, Steve.
Put it closer to the microphone.
Yeah.
Also known as the coronavirus, has identified you as a close contact. It is imperative that you promptly take the following actions to protect your health and the health of others. Please self-isolate immediately in your home. Limit your contact with other members of your household as much as possible. Do not leave your home under any circumstances. If you are showing symptoms such as cough, fever, body aches, shortness of breath, please call 811 to report your symptoms. You are especially at risk because you have a tiny wiener. It is so small than an individual who had all, let's say, even an average sized or slightly below average sized weenie because your weenie is so tiny. The CDC is reporting nearly a 100% death rate for people like you who have small wieners. This is awesome for you because your weenie is the smallest weenie in the whole world. You have a tiny wiener.
Micro penis.
I'm sorry for the sound quality of that, but I got that today and I sent that out, I don't know, maybe 200 times. And I had people coming back going, I have never ever had a coach that I've spent a lot of money with send me an email, send me a voicemail about my tiny wiener. And I've had clients go like, where's the respect? So I just sent that shit out to everyone. So the only thing I would urge as we get into this is that probably more now than ever, we need a smile. It pisses me off and I don't want to preach at the end, but it pisses me off that the news will run for 3 fucking hours of how bad the world is and think it will even itself out by 2 minutes of goodwill at the end of a bunch of people clapping. I would like to see a show where 57 minutes are people clapping, people communicating, people are connecting, and 3 minutes of the shit that we know is going on. But it's not the way that it works, all right? So I think today we need more than anything to smile. We need to connect. We need to reach out. If it's a stupid little message talking about a tiny wiener, if it's a silly little video, if it's something you found funny, if Galaxy S8 comes out with a funnier joke, whatever it could possibly be, we need
Not
that
possible.
shared today. Hey, Galaxy, oh, and by the way, Mel is no longer Mel. She will always be Galaxy S8 to us, all right? So, Mel, you're Galaxy. You started it. You own it, all right?
I own it. I got it.
We
She's
need
got to get a new
smile
phone.
so we can take a picture. Everybody smile.
Smile.
There you go. Good job.
All right. Kirsten, you're in charge of posting that on the pages.
I heard some good news, actually, since you brought up some news. They found out that global warming's not real. The ice was disappearing to support your fucking drinking habits. So now we know how to fix everything.
I do like that. I do, and I fully agree with it. And the way that I look at it because I really worry about it, and I should probably aim this at Amy because she's demonstrating that she has a child, which I don't know if she rented, abducted, kidnapped, or whatever. Nothing's been validated during this, but all of the problems regarding global warming and now even the money that's going to be used for the stimulus package is going to have to be paid by people that will be here 2 generations after I've died, so I don't care. All right, so there you go, folks. So I've heard from a few of you that there's a few messages coming up, actually. Let me get this thing up. Where'd it go? You can use this one. All right, okay. All right, so a bunch of people. Good. All right. So truthfully, you want to do this weekly?
Yeah.
Yep.
Even with you, Steve.
No, next week's him.
I'm going to be the most dull host you've ever seen.
And next week, he's going to teach you how to pour wine. All right, folks, go off, smile. This is a fantastic opportunity we have. Clean house, get all the shit that doesn't work, grow, inspire you, or make you smile out of your effing life, and just do something cool. I'll chat with a lot of you during the week, and I will see you next Friday. I will post it in Entrepreneur's Advantage and the Speakeasy, the Zoom link, and we're doing this 5 o'clock next week. I'll see you then, folks. Until then, be good. Bye.
Thank you.